That is my expectation, but then we leave it to them. The reason why I say so is Akwatia is in the Eastern region. The NDC, they have lost 5 important party dignitaries in the NDC, and we are mourning with them. So for me, you have a stalwart like Honorable Omane Boamah from the Eastern region. I would say that right after a state burial, then we enter into such fierce contest. For me, it will not serve his memory right.
As usual, you can't na NPP for answer price Ghana for. And then after say NPP no declare with later tin as a Tamale Central, and now Oyenia to Ghana with that 8 heroes helicopter crash echo see or boase adanse no. Omad doubt one da ya hu say emwa Honorable Muntala Mohammed Papa no ya danfo na kwan ya ofa su free mu no so mo ga so mo ko Tamale Central wa akoye by-election bia ebe ha nti ne kura ne tintini tete na ne se omo de sympathy any empathy any so omadwumo fine e ka che NDC for say emere no so na se moto ma ba o promise wi a de be wi ni bia no ye de as MPP the biggest opposition ene mo contest mo so now when na go busa the national organizer edema NPP Nana B Henry Nana Boakye say asem no letter na ayampa no kre Justice Kodua Frimpong the general secretary on the tray na so on the tray yampa botaye was letter ya mutray eti enne say because as a Ghana for boy pusakra yenti senka ye be by-election ne ana otena yeguso ye kan yes nkra ye kan wieye nti adan na Washington abeka kire say Ghana for munyintum na monte ase say ye NPP for edru da ye beka say declare say enkoto aba o Tamale Central yanko na ho na heri asante twumos Henry Nana Boakye say na kura ni na say omode omo the circumstances papa ne fa so film ene kwan a akunya na pre na be koka na omo mpe mali asembia ho to majai e de ma NDC for na ebeye so a enka NDC for so enhwe no munya Akwatia de no eso mfa ma MPP if you say both nipa ya omo free mu aye kwakoto by-election ni na no parliamentarians nye no mo parliament circumstances omo na de free mu no na ya bizarre kakra nya de na ani enyan ani nyefesa nti se de nkomo ya ma NDC for no NDC for eso nya ma MPP mi si yanka Nana B na no asemi.
That is my expectation, but then we leave it to them. The reason why I say so is Akwatia is in the Eastern region. The NDC, they have lost 5 important party dignitaries in the NDC, and we are mourning with them. So for me, you have a stalwart like Honorable Omane Boamah from the Eastern region. I would say that right after a state burial, then we enter into such fierce contest. For me, it will not serve his memory right. I would say that if I were in the NDC, I think that the tension in the country, we can lower it. We can bring it down. Recently, we had Billian, which was a very negative story. And then we've had this devastating news of this helicopter crash. And after this, we have a by-election ahead of us. I think that, yes, it's their decision to make. For us, we are of the view that we do not think that we need to do the Tamale Central by-election.
Eti no kwakwa ni say NPP say Tamale Central omunko saazo na NDC nka Akwatia nka mo so ma ba omu nim de NDC fo be Ghana be de na when am say ma me ko pay ni nko hwe Akwatia the last election ya course 2024 dey na see ho vote gap granted the saying case grass akọ court dey ba na saying the court again is oh NS Kumi enya 19,266 Henry Nana Boakye NDC enya 17,206 ejire dey say that be in down so sa less of 2,000 votes enokra no according to Henry Nana Boakye our NDC parliamentary candidate interest NS Kumi awoye ne baby ko delete honorable ACC no ema case court court is in sem and ema ede injunction to no say man nkoso in yes ready in ema no nti ye chene ko to afiase kakra ewie ye man bill after bill ye di asem na no by June 11th and ye di asem wie ye papa na fe na nka oba be enjoy as a parliamentarian no ana fofia ntoata nyakopoto ne safre no enti sake kwakunya lankasa asem wo honada ana chese NDC timidi mani na yebo we Tamale Central since Kwame NDC 1992 Aisha say here talk about democracy he introduce the city NPP win seat back crowd Tamale Central order na Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed Dr. Alaji wonye ne baby ko onya 52,263 in 2024 election course. Now Suleiman Salifu our NPP candidate enya 16,647. Now our percentage gap na Dr. Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed the late enya 75% of voters that vote here no. Anna Suleiman Salifu MPP candidates no 24%. To mean say the gap difference no hey 75% and 24%. Esun ewa enti MPP pe o or trailer to one trailer to or contest you one contest you. Dia no obelusu. Dia no be defeat. Na way Anna me say dey be enra Musa dan kwa eka asem bi na na obesa nya asem aka na o say Maxi pa na kasem o say to boase na me kasem mi MPP before o say MPP will have contested the by-election if it were in Akwatia South Domi Kwabenya or Ablekuma North regardless of the cause of by-election. It would have been better for the party to say we will guarantee violence and tension-free by-election in honor of the former MP rather than withdrawal to avoid its violence. In my view, the greatest tribute to pay to the nation and the good people of Tamale Central and the departed soul is to ensure peaceful by-election now and in the future. Ana mesibo kura. Eti ni kura de Musa Dankwa Global Analytics Info eperi eka ni say MPP for nyintum say we ankoye almost stronghold omunim say easily or make must sweep all the voters amana bo side omo say no go area pass no area area omukwa emfa enti na we let atenten abai enti we no we enye bia say omoye mo fansa na ono to ono no insult edema the good people of Tamale Central and Ghana in democracy na ka ono nko ade a enka the MPP for say nkomo promise here ni say for the first time yehu ayewase West Wagon by election violence esi yehu Ablekuma Central election violence esi yehu Ablekuma North na anu ye violence esi enti enka yen use saa we enka say for the first time enam kwan a papa ifa so free mu a ye be by election ti no ye beto abona wie either say MPP na ewini NDC na ewini aw wontwi ni wati waka me bia ma but enye say wo betena say aga se me dem ngoto ye nka ho ye ehu afiri mu ntino mo de mo to promise wi eno ano no o say na say na ye no na when amanfo busa question say NDC fo beji atum na o ma ye de Nana B the national organizer NPP all kana na anaso monye looking at the vote difference e what Tamale Central na e obvious say otam asona o wiase nyina ekogu Tamale Central tam national security na de NPP tam police ni so de na de NPP kwa na nya de o mewini meanwhile Akwatia election the gap na edam no very close 51% against 47%. Over 2,000, little over 2,000 voters. Any difference? And no crowd no echo court. Say where we are. Now when Bernard Bedi Akubedu, now yeah Henry, Honorable Henry, ne lawyer. Abra odi asam no court say yeah we are no. On the 4th of August, Okopre Prime Minister Owini ahead of Onwani the client. I'm for say mafia scoop out. Onwani client okodi asem as yeah we are no. A new prime minister say unpack by-election. Try papa na go trafa no. Na me reporter manya say ene ye on the 12th of August ye. Papa no e ko file the nomination of his office. Akwatia. Enti ono de on tise no go minimum be. MP before na nya omo letter no matwere. Omo na omo se Tamale Central omo nko. Omo na omo se omo heard the circumstances of the late Dr. Alhaji Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed. Ne death into no munya ade amu o me contest or no de or filing nomination ne and as it stands now many wudi nkomo die e bia na nneema betima sesa but there have not been zero communicate akọ papa ne nchen e say man file communicate bia maaye say man file enti wiebe ade besa no na papa no file awie o twan MB before so omomra enti I would among for say we will say pika. Among for say it doesn't make sense. We do not understand. And a lot of Ghanaians are saying say as a NPP tricks with the Omako them. I'm say Oman trying ama grieving and so no do get shanaba. Among for line in temper. And no must visit. Abedo I want you. Among for say the young compare Akwatia Tamale Central, you heard vote difference. You heard the voting pattern, the voting history. You heard the chances of NDC in Akwatia and the chances of MPP in the Tamale Central in previous elections. Now you heard the current situations that I see here. The late NS Kumi, I challenging in court, said he was not a legitimate winner of that seat. Our case in the dragging out to the 11th of June, and said the case in the way, I'm going to debate on technicalities. Any Tamale Central overwhelmingly Honorable Muntala Mohammed every year over the MPP candidate for saying. Now aside that grano, news of saying na or former of NDC MP Tamale Central before say Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed the late free Nantom constituency what they are back sa Tamale Central ko there na obo MPP won be 80-90%. And the difference now woman no it has been there since today. Now looking at the both situation I see Baku we here without contest. Historically they have been winning that seat all this while. Baku a swing kakra even though more of the for the MPP. But the recent one crazy in 2024 it was contested in court. And the current sitting president the NDC president John Dramani Mahama. And using that yardstick, say Omu Yusu and the campaign, the one person who have a good message to sell for the people of Akwatia, NDC candidate, And in Nana B ni MPP for a month was saying, I say, we know what Gadri be na Mubabe. We sa fans we ye the mom we ye. Now, Fagado or can't Imani Ghana say or applaud MPP for power. Or so my gentleman work. Now, or expect to say NDC be the same. And I comment no among for say Papa Jan. Papa Chaso Opa Ona O two party a Okase wonko. Now, yet to me to Nazima MPP name a crocodile the job. People are saying say say MP before na decided so Tamale Central wonko. NDC phone show any intent be as omo omekwa na wonko. And they don't have to photocopy the MPP for year. Some guys will make a photocopy of the MPP for year. Meaning said the governors in the MPP they might Ghana for overwhelmingly almost MPP for 1.6 million votes no. Hey, and yes, say NDC the same thing. Not just say Ghana for a two about no man to change biya. But if truly the NDC say they are resetting Ghana, now only the change that the Ghanaian people want there, then the only thing I say they have to do what they believe is the right thing. So to the NDC, what is the right thing? Is it to also pay back to the MPP with the request of Nana B? Where they just Omane letter like after the letter no Omane make requests at the NDC. Saying Omunya ya. NDC must almost contest Akwatia. And it's not coming from just an ordinary communicator, from the National Party organizer, the NPP, Nana B. And he, when you air from the executive, meaning say a well thought. And I already discussing outside Ghana for what say the MPP for Guinea and Kaya let him break say I'm fired the Anamon family. Then when say any let say young contest or Tamale Central. It's the reason why I'm contesting. Never be much more contesting, but people are saying NDC woman even copy more allow because the NDC candidate in Akwatia all the chance to win this particular election. And the woman acquiring. Now, Bernard Bediaku Bedu, uncontested. Now, Omi sure say Obet my victorious. Aye, MVP. Mudi had a crabby animal yanamo. And can I say, yay, from FBI Nishatawale, a Yoko Nishatawale, a friend is saying, I saw for prophecies. Could see a friend is saying, the tragic loss, the helicopter crash. And the several accidents AC here and there. Now, the news about MPP and the negativity amount for a channel or more energy towards that. All of a sudden, MPP is back in the news again. For what? And I shall say, the intention look from almost side, any almost perspective, a genuine, good reason. But Ghana for so Omadi Kudi, Omadi Cypher, Omadi Breaky. The black box of the MPP letter, no. And no man say, they communicate. I walk and seminar muno, and then Nana B abekano. A NDC for keke, and a member of contest Akwatia. And to them, a nonsense, a bullshit. They should shun that nonsense. No, I'm making sure say NDC be contested. And the MPP aka, NDC supporters say yampene. NDC parliamentary candidate Akwatia. Bernard Bediaku Bedu, ono crowd in there. Or filing nomination, our EC office, our Akwatia. And that means that the MPP can also anti-us or unfa on for Yaduma. Ubina can say, a year we are, Mr. Yami there. And to say, one a benny, one a benny there. Will the MPP, if NDC, a filing nomination in there, no man withdraw from Akwatia election now, would they make a U-turn or will they stick with it? Would they use that particular message and campaign to help their candidate in Akwatia say, oh, yeah, and I'm say, yeah, what's my do, MOB now can you unfortunately, we're free more, quite be an yes war. And Nuntino, yea, a giant Tamale Central, their momo. But if I say, Omo, and I'm a drum bonnie will move to the bunty. They see, hey, Omugo Mama close marking wa. Kai, so already they have been coming from a branch of friend, Papa, friend Coca, and Oka said. The campaign message no mo de be call Akwatia about Eneskumi Ewu ni say the NDC candidate Henry and causing a death because on the prayer on the court and the call ya could do say we yenya a friend saying a constituency chairman cry now not all making certain similar comment say yenim say power there but kwai am for so power no I am on top of Bossy. Now, power and tea, we you through an eye then. Now, they say, or can't go me, Papa and his Kumia reporting about saying, I read or Yarin and Honda in the hospital. Anna, Fofian Tuata, or Frimono. A quack will be naive, say wa poison no say why no humaduru say the way ni bia no and omojitu so bi na akuno. And that message was already been lauded out than that say ebeye NPP for one of the message. So if you be to Tamale Central na so mo nko na say strengthening time any is for contest so na just say any is for na akwa mo say mo power drunk enti kakra bi akabia no me pray age o ma de ene kwambone kura so no mo beje o mo beje enti na bi o mechinchi o mo say ebeye message atima happen Akwatia ho say NDC antwe o mo wan de e most likely most definite say besi enti say no obi busa ne kura NPP NDC twaso Akwatia. Will you come back to Tamale Central and contest? And now say we're going to say a waste of resources, because a competitive election with your party even in power in 2024, we are 24%. In fact, need to go and do 38% now. And they are opposition. Now, what Ghana from national to constituency level. Now you damn, you permassem. And the presidential candidate man 38%. Parliament you total of 87. And no crown back was as was at 86. And then MPP NDC was majority 2/3 of parliament. There's a heavily majority. And you want micro minority. It is always a numbers where I clearly tell you that Ghana phone shut down Philly MPP. If from that 2024 I will see nay. And with the good news that the NDC is enjoying, yanya several people from the MPP are more adamant to say John Dramani Mama is doing well. So if he's doing well, yeah, how then are you going to compete? Our Tamale Central, knowing very well, say it's a waste of resources. Meanwhile, in Akwatia, it will never be a waste of resources if the NDC candidate tries to obey the money. Yeah, see, I'm for say Agbenya APP for a document and Modern Mom is 70 men. For our comments, not to comment section that say MPP for a making declaration. Almost said the NDC for you say. I say almost say NDC Munya Akwatia so for Momo. Omoja Tamale Central Mamuti Atika ati pay. Wey a naked truth our old Boga trends. Subscribe, me like it, and share, turn notification button on so the next content in Buga. Once ever can also the way a naked truth our old Boga trends. Dino that's so a back up number uno. Maxi Billian Macrow. Bye bye.